What's going on, everyone? It's Mike back again, and this is your match preview. It's Everton against Liverpool, a game that, being honest, the emotion of this game is horrendous. You know, you get all giddy, you get scared, you get worried, and you know it's a game that Everton fans go into probably more with dread every season. You know, we haven't had good results in the past. We haven't performed very well in this game for a number of years. And, you know, even over the last 30 years, the chasm between the two clubs has been, well, it's never been as big. It's never been bigger in the 30-year period, apart from maybe one or two seasons. You know, Everton are a poor team. There's no sugarcoating it. There's no point hiding behind it. We fought relegation 3 years running. This Everton team are a poor team. Going up against the Liverpool side that for the past 6 or 7 years have been 1 or 2 with Manchester City. You know, we've won Champions Leagues, I've won Premier Leagues, I've won FA Cups and other trophies. If Everton were coming into this game off the back of a Chelsea defeat, I'd be really worried about the scoreline. Really worried, you know, 3-4-0. And I know it's at home, but the chasm was massive. But that home win against Forest, and I know it's Forest, you know, who have been down there with us all season, etc., etc., etc. It gives you some hope. It gives you some hope that those players are going to want that feel-good factor again. The fact that it's under the lights on a Wednesday night. The fact that, you know, there's going to be some real emotion to the fact that Everton could win 2 home games on the bounce for, you know, a decent period of time. You know, Everton have won 10 games this season, and it would be great to get that 11th. It would be great to get the points that finally stop Liverpool for essentially categorically winning the title and Everton staying up. Because I think if Everton win, that's it. No more relegation talk, no more fear factor, nothing. And I think if Liverpool lose, I think the total hopes are done. I think at the minute they're on the ropes, but Man City could fall somewhere. Whereas if you put that final nail in Liverpool's coffin, they won't fail twice. So it's a massive game from that emotional perspective. And then on top of that, we saw some better performances. We saw a more cohesive midfield. I thought Gomez starting, and I would start him in this game, was that little bit of composure on the ball, and will give you 60-65 minutes of composure, of not worrying when he gets the ball, of just looking for that pass. And the way that I would set up and play this game, Gomez would actually be instrumental, and we will talk about that in a minute as well. You know, the Idrissa Gana guy, he's going to come into this game like a speeding train. He's going to want to be on it. You know, he had a great performance against Forest, and he's going to want to follow that up. He scores a goal. He was everywhere. On the 95th or 96th minute, Pickford gets the ball and messes about with it. He dives on the floor and pretends to throw it. But Idrissa Gana Gueye was the furthest Everton man forward, ready to counter again at 2-0. 95th minute, 96th, whatever it was. He was there wanting to go. So I think the players go into this game in a better place than what they would have straight after Chelsea. I also think on top of that, it's going to be Pickford's going to want to get another clean sheet. He's going to want to finish second in those standings. You know, and home games could do that. You know, we're Arsenal are ahead with 15 now, and Everton were neck and neck, and we've fallen away, and Arsenal are there. But Pickford, for his European hopes, is going to want to be the goalkeeper with the English goalkeeper with the most clean sheets. He's going to want to play well in this game, and he's going to want to try and be more composed and work on his kicking a little bit, because it was poor against Forest. He's going to want to do that for the right reasons. And then you've got a young lad in Chimita who I don't think Calvert-Lewin should be risked or will be risked if he's had a knock and whatever reason he won't play potentially. Beto, I think he's out. I can't imagine Beto being anywhere near this starting team, and I wouldn't suggest that he does. So you're starting Chimita in his first Merseyside derby, and this is an opportunity for him to understand. This is where players like Gomez or like Ladrissa Garnagay or like a Tarkowski or like an Ashley Young can speak to him, can tell him what they think. Look, we think you need to do this. We think you need to sit on the shoulder of Canate. Sit on the shoulder of Van Dijk. I was trying to be all serious and just said shit on his shoulder. Brilliant. This is where you need to do that. You have to do that. Because if we put the ball in the air in this game, Canate and Van Dijk will mop it up. And it doesn't matter who plays up front for Everton, they will mop it up. But if we play the ball on the deck through midfield, where you could possibly argue that you would probably say that Liverpool have got a few weaknesses depending on who plays in there. There is the opportunity at getting at the back four. Up until recently, I think Liverpool are conceding more goals in this calendar year than Everton had, or since Christmas, whatever it is, whatever the stat is. I don't necessarily think that's the case now after Chelsea, but it certainly was before Chelsea. So they are there to be got at. Now, we don't score a lot of goals, but we could get one. We could nick one. On the break, bit of pacing behind. You never know. And I'm not saying that we're going to win this game, we're going to run this game and we're going to roll it. We probably won't. But I'm not worried about our left-hand side, their right-hand side. I don't think Salah's the player that he was. Trent will probably, come in off the right-hand side a little bit and probably cause problems. But in terms of the overlap, I'm not worried. I think Vitaly Mykolenko is fine. Defensively, he's solid. So I literally do not worry about that side of the pitch. It's Everton's right-hand side and their left that I worry. Ashley Young probably give away 2, if not 3 penalties on Sunday, and we got away with it. It's probably the first time this season you could argue that we definitely got away with something. We've been nailed by VAR this year, but those decisions definitely went in our favour. I can't guarantee, nor do I think, that will happen again. Liverpool will come there and you'll have a Núñez who is quite agile for a big man. He's got good feet, he's fairly quick, can cause problems, can't hit a barn door. I say that, he'll probably score against us now, but that's been his weakness. He does everything else apart from score. You've got Diogo Jota, who I think personally is one of the most underrated attackers in the league. I think his issues tends to be injuries. But he can score goals when he plays. He can create moments of brilliance. He's got a little bit of everything: trickery, pace, power. Can score. He's a very, very good footballer and a gem that yet again Klopp and the team at Liverpool unearthed. So they've got players there. They've got Diaz who can skin anyone on a sixpence. He's got the pace, but again you question his end product. So you kind of think that Ashley Young or Coleman or whoever starts at right back is really going to have their hands full. I can semi-understand if Dyche decided to go for a 5 at the back. But I think that would completely destroy the chances of us winning unless you had a player who is going to make that bursting run from midfield. And I don't think we've got one. People will say it's Decore. Decore's looked awful. I wouldn't necessarily be bothered if Decore didn't start this game. But there's nobody else that will do the Decore job. So for me, I'll give you my team. It's Jordan Pickford in goal, Mykolenko, Branthwaite, Tarkowski, and Seamus Coleman if he's available. If not, it's Ashley Young. Midfield, I'll go with the same. Ladrissa Garnagay, Andre Gomez, and I'll go with Decore just in front of them. I do go Dwight McNeil. I thought he deserved his goal. I thought he played very well. It was probably his better game that I've seen of him recently. And he actually looked quicker as well. You know, I've sort of commented on McNeil saying he looked slow, but he actually looked fairly turn of pace. I do start Jack Harrison, but that's simply because I don't think we've got any other options. I'd love to see Arnaut Danjuma, but I don't think he'll do the defensive work. That's why I think Dyche would start him. And I do go Chimiti up front, partly because I wouldn't risk Louis if he's fit. I wouldn't bother. And I don't think Beto's available, so Chimiti starts. Now, have you got an argument you could put Danjuma up front? Yeah, I'm fine with that as well. But all I want to see is Everton try and keep the ball on the deck. And the reason why I say that is because I think if you put the ball in the air to Konate and Van Dijk, and you've got players sitting off their shoulders, I don't necessarily think we're going to keep the ball in the final third. If we can just keep the ball on the deck and allow players like Gomez to keep the ball at feet, and, you know, Garner to just tidy up, and to Corvée to run with it when he needs to, and McNeil to keep hold of it, etc, 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 I think we're going to have more joy at keeping the ball in the final third, which in turn keeps us further up the pitch and creates more opportunities for us from things like corners and set pieces and shots from outside the box. This Everton team need to be confident, they need to be compact, and they need to be ready for whatever Liverpool throw at them. Do I 100% think they are? No. But I've seen stranger things happen. I've seen worse Everton teams than this put in decent performances against Liverpool. And I think that Everton, with a little bit of luck, could get a draw. So, yeah, I'm going with this game 0-0. If Liverpool win, it would no doubt be a 90th plus minute winner, because that's what tends to happen. But yeah, I'm going 0-0, and I'm hoping that we can get 3 points, because that would be phenomenal to end their title run and to keep us up for definite. So, yeah, guys, look, I'm leaving it there. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Make sure you watch the match reaction for the game, and I'll see you soon. Peace.